Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Abe and Chanel backing Paulina as she accepts her determination while Stefan's solicitation places Chad in a difficult situation. Chanel meets with Abe and a restless Paulina at the emergency clinic as they hold back to meet with the specialist. At the point when Paulina gets paged, the triplets stroll affectionately intertwined to the specialist's office. As Everett brings Chad espresso at work, he receives a message: there are recently delivered mugshots of all the street pharmacists. Chad finds them on the web. Everett is astonished Chad's sibling is excluded. Chad declares that the bistro raid was unsuccessful. Everett contemplates whether Stefan was warned, however, notes observers said he and Ava looked stunned when the police showed up. He's near completing a story, proclaiming it's their obligation to bust this thing completely open. Sarah gets back with food as Xander goes over numbers for the paper. They share a delicate second, considering how decent it is for her to be there. Xander makes reference to he's going to the onlooker office on the grounds that while he believes Chad, he needs to track down ways of aiding the reality. Sarah alerts him about being too centered around benefits, reminding him what happened last time. Xander declares with sincerity, "I am a new me." Having Victoria and Sarah in his life makes him need to be a superior individual. He's simply hoping to grow a real business in genuine ways. That is good news for Sarah. His thoughtful look waits as she leaves for work. More, WCTH's EP/Co-Makers Safeguards Season 10 choices. At home, a smiling Xander and Sarah incline in the direction of one another across their kitchen table. A jug of earthy-colored alcohol, toys and a child screen sit on the table. At the bistro, Ava and Stefan wonder over how troubling their lunch swarm was. Stefan fears the awful informal exchange is at last killing them. Ava hired Stephanie for good PR reasons. At the point when Stephanie shows up, she spreads out her methodology, which incorporates involving the onlooker for positive exposure. Stefan gets up to sit down briefly to talk with his sibling just after he visits Gabby. He tries to say farewell to Ava as he leaves. Stephanie expands. "So? Both of you? Perfect pair," Ava deadpans. More, Ava and Stefan are across a bistro table from Elia Cantu, who teases twists and turns for Jada Stephanie. At the point when Xander carries Victoria to the onlooker, Chad informs him concerning the geocaching occasion. Xander needs to pass on supporting it to set aside cash and to abstain from seeming as though they're pandering for decency. He then, at that point, reprimands Chad and Everett for the $5,000 used to take care of sources. At the point when Leo walks around, Xander credits the reporter with being somebody who really acquires cash for the paper as opposed to wasting it. Abe, Chanel, and Paulina go glumly back to the lobby to wait for a painkiller prescription. While the specialist might have been gentler with her information, Paulina says she was anticipating the conclusion. Now that Paulina knows it's malignant growth, she's really feeling more grounded and confident. Abe proclaims they'll overcome this as a family. At the point when Chanel goes to mind Paulina's drugs, she leaves a directive for Johnny. She actually needs to see him. Sarah draws near, it's something's inappropriate to distinguish. Chanel tells her Paulina has thyroid malignant growth and requests that she converse with her. More, secret ahead for Johnny and Chanel? In the medical caretaker's center point, Sarah truly respects a discouraged Chanel. In a confidential room, Sarah offers Paulina the medical clinic's psychiatry benefits and builds up that her condition is reparable. Medical procedure will likely be required and could be planned for the current week. At the point when she shares that thyroid disease has a more than 90% 5-year endurance rate, Paulina shouts that she enjoys those chances and requests that Sarah be her primary care physician. Sarah couldn't want anything more, however, proposes an expert is her most ideal choice. Alone with Abe and Chanel, Paulina pronounces they got this. Be that as it may, as they all embrace, her confident articulation transforms to concern. Ava expresses her gratitude to Stephanie at the bistro for her quick work. Notwithstanding, her merry attitude obscures as she gets some information about the PR wonder's sleepover with Harris. After Stephanie relates what occurred, they concur Harris is an incredible person. Ava lies that she didn't sever it with him as a result of Stephanie, but since of her undertaking with Stefan. Stephanie receives her permission to pursue him. Stephanie needn't bother with her consent for anything, nor is she inspired by Harris. More, Eric Martsolf talks Tate, Teresa, and that kiss. At The Observer, Leo gets acclaim for his MLK Day article and afterward pitches a shocking visually impaired thing about a councilman. Everett wavers, yet Xander realizes Tattle sells, except if they're getting a mixture of Demera cash. Could Kiriaki's cash? Chad counters. In search of a private moment with Chad, Stefan enters. In the foyer, Stefan requests to Chad to get Everett ease off. Chad's frustrated until Stefan calls attention to he ought to comprehend what it's prefer to be unfairly attacked since he was once associated with being the Thai executioner. At the point when Chad gets back to the newsroom, he proclaims they're keeping Stefan, the bistro, and Holly's excess out of the story. Everett detonates, however Chad's choice is conclusive. He arranges Everett to return to work and Xander to remain in his own path from here onward. At the bistro, Stefan holds a jug of shimmering wine as he eagerly notices Ava. She scowls while holding a telephone to her ear. 2 champagne glasses sit on the table between them. More, Lauren Koslow presents new grandbaby. Stefan gets back to the bistro to illuminate Stephanie and Ava that Chad is keeping them out of their story. Assuage, Ava and Stefan act couple-wise before Stephanie before she leaves. Secretly, Stefan tells Ava that Gabby is keeping her ears open for whatever they could need to hear, like that Lucas is the freshest patient in the clinic graciousness of Clyde. Stefan adds that he educated Gabby concerning their phony issue. While she doesn't cherish the thought, she knows it's a decent cover for however long it isn't taken excessively far. Stefan snatches a jug of Prosecco to commend their uplifting news while Ava pays attention to a voice message. They should be at the station, says Rafe. Disappointed, Stefan sets out a glass for Ava and afterward chugs from the jug. Days of Our Lives, DOL, spoilers for Tuesday, January 23rd indicate that Salem will experience some shocking moments. Days of Our Lives spoilers features. One person gets a critical determination, while certain exes feel revived sparkles, and somebody startling necessities help. What sort of dramatization should watchers anticipate on Tuesday's show? Time to make a plunge. DOL spoilers, critical finding, sparkles revived, help wanted days spoilers, Paulina values desperate conclusion. DOL spoilers for Tuesday, January 23rd uncover that Paulina value, Jackie Harry, will go into full frenzy mode once she figures out her authority determination. Seems as though there's a decent opportunity Salem's City Hall leader has malignant growth, however is there some expectation she can conquer this condition or are things that somber? To find out, viewers will need to tune in. Additionally, check out the Days of Our Lives weekly spoilers, Days of Our Lives spoilers, Zara rekindled flame across town, Days spoilers for Tuesday, January 23rd suggest that Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, and Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, will get used to living together. Added secrets note that being under a similar rooftop may likewise revive a few old flashes, so fans ought to prepare themselves for a few hot scenes between these two, ahead. All things considered, the current week's DOLC video suggests the couple will stir things up around town, and that implies a bona fide Zara gathering is not too far off. Hopefully that this time around, the couple can make things work. DOL spoilers, somebody needs assistance from Stephanie Johnson. Elsewhere in the world, DOL spoilers for Tuesday's show suggest that Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, will be surprised when somebody appears searching for help. She's reinforced as of late with Jada Tracker, Elia Cantu, so will the cop need some help from her? Is Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, in need of assistance? Given their recent day of drinking, it could get awkward if he is the one looking for help. In the meantime, Stefan DiMera will accomplish something that won't make Everett Lynch blissful. As Everett is endeavoring to nail the medication ring story, what does Stefan pull to prevent him from doing as such? Could it be said that you are amped up for Tuesday's show? Share your considerations in the remark area. Watch your #1 Peacock cleanser every day to see what occurs straight away and visit SOS frequently for the greatest Days of Our Lives spoilers, updates, and news.